To Japan in 86, 87. I had a Fulbright and I went and lived in Tokyo. And I got this whole other view, a whole other view. Didn't feel sort of trapped in the web of relationships in Kyoto. And I also did a lot of language work. So my Japanese got much, much, much better. And I developed this other network that I didn't feel was sort of criticizing me all the time. But also came back with this idea that we could look at Japan from another lens, that we could begin with what was familiar rather than what was different. And the things changed just enormously in the course of doing Teen Tokyo. And old staff left, and people on the board who were not supportive were pushed aside to a certain extent, which must have been hard. And it was a new era, and actually much more fun.
Yeah.
But in the course of doing my dissertation, what I was bringing to this was this constructivist way of thinking. That you begin with the familiar and you build. It's very John Dewey and very George Hine and what I've come around to thinking about in the course of doing my doctoral work was the value of not beginning with the familiar. When you don't start with the familiar, when you begin with the imagination and wonder and awe and all that kind of stuff, which gets me back to thinking about the house, which constructivist ex-social studies teacher that I was, it bothered me more and more because it seemed to be more and more antiquated and was giving a more and more misleading view of what Japanese life was like. But actually, when I go back there now, I think this is a phenomenal environment. Where else can you slide your feet across straw mats and see light coming in through paper doors, and the upstairs, the tea room is just exquisite. It's of another world, and a real aesthetic experience.